Welcome. Welcome, everyone. It is everyone. Welcome. Ageless Balance. I am Ron. We are going to do today two things we're going to focus on. First one's going to be the warm up and the movement. Doing a little this, a little that, side to side, front to back, up and down. And then from there, we're going to go to strength exercises. The strength exercises will be seated unless you want to stand. Is Nancy here? Or whoever. If you want to stand up and do these, perfect. I am going to show them from the seated position. All right, first thing we're going to do is step out to the outside, bring the arms up overhead, roll the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in, exhale, and bring it back in. So I want to make sure that we get enough of the side strength training in because there is so much research that's showing how important strength training is for everything, for falls prevention, for just making life simpler, for staying healthier. And in, step out, bring the arms up overhead, roll the shoulder blades back, and bring it in one more time on that other side. Up and back, down. Again, knees over the ankles, butt out, pushing, going into a hip hinge. So you're keeping that back straight line, tailbone to back of the head is what they are. And bring it back up again. Just small. Feet shoulder width apart, shoulder blades back, chest out, pushing the butt out, knees stay over the ankles, and then drive the butt back in again without the knees going forward. One more time. And an example of what not to do. Knees going forward and then coming up. This one is using the muscles in the back of the thighs and the boot to come up. The boot. Next. We're going to go into arms down, that same hip hinge. Arms down in front. We're going to stop. We're going to come up and push, bringing the arms up midway with it. Push that butt right straight back now. Out and then stand back up. So again, down into that hip hinge, arms right straight down. Bring the hands out in front like that, and then push up. As you do, bring them up overhead into that good morning. Roll the shoulder blades back. Couple more times. See if you can get just a little bit deeper, butt out just a little bit farther. You'll feel those hamstrings stretching out. You get a little more out of them. Arms up out front, right straight out, roll the shoulders forward, and then push up, bringing those hips forward and back. You should be feeling this through the quadriceps, through the hamstrings, thighs front and back, as well as the butt. And push up, overhead, bring the shoulders down, right there, like that. Heel up to the butt. Take your time with this one. Stay on the single leg. Stay on the single leg just for a couple seconds. Up, stationary leg, little bend, little micro bend in the knee. So not snapping it out. You're always keeping just a little bit of a bend. I need shorter shorts so you can see my knees. Up. Everybody wants to see my knees. The bee's knees. Up and up. Just get a feel for that. Ball of the foot to the heel, inside to out, that triangle. Cross the ball of the foot to the middle of the heel, flat on the floor, and up. Arms up overhead, bringing the shoulder blades back, squeezing it together, and out. Back. Bring those shoulder blades together, tight, squeeze them, and up. Backing up. A couple more times. There. And there. High knees. Up. And up. And take your time on the single leg. High knee. High means however high is right for you. That's as far as it'll go up. Doesn't matter. Here's what you're looking for. You're raising off that heel first, then coming off the ball of the foot. Knee, hip, and toes are all in the same plane, straight up. Really concentrate on that alignment. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Concentrate also, a lot to concentrate on, that balance you're getting from the opposite arm and opposite leg. So you got alignment, you've got arm out, opposite side of that knee coming up. You're balancing on that single leg, feeling the floor underneath the foot. Man, it's too much to remember. Up, There will be a test on this afterwards. There won't be. There won't be. All right, we're there. Hands out to the side, rolling the shoulders, bring the foot up, roll the shoulders forward, and back down again. Small move, up. You can tap that toe, but roll the shoulders. Hips are still pointing right out in front of you, and back to the middle. So it's just rolling the shoulders, keeping them in a straight line, balancing on that single leg as you bring that shoulder around. Up and around. Other side. Snap it back and around, up and back one more time. Bring it around and back down, back to just the march. Next one we're going to do is reach up, pivot off that back foot. Feet are shoulder width apart. Come up off the heel, onto the ball of the foot. Rotate the heel out to the outside, and drive the shoulder opposite direction. Bring it down, foot comes down flat. Pick up the foot. So you're not turning the hips to the side. You're just taking that back leg, turning the bone within the socket, and pushing up, getting flexibility through that leg, through that hip joint, and back, stretching it out, getting flexibility in there, range of motion, a little fluid. We're just doing all sorts of great things for that hip by picking that foot up and rotating off the ball of the foot. We are going to get into, I'm writing agility programs so we can do a little more with that pivot, get you a little more agile so you can move a little faster. And up right across the chest. Push and drive. Don't turn the hips. I almost did. Across. Reach that shoulder. Around. But it's the arms going together. Straight across. And out. Push it down. Same thing. Take that hand. Rotate the shoulders like you're doing a windmill right here. And then taking the hand, driving it down and rotating. Up. So don't bend. Chin does not come to chest. Do not pass go. This is chin stays up, rotating through the shoulders and up. Remember, the only thing that moves in the back is the middle of the back. The only rotation happens through the thoracic spine in the center of the back. I just lost my bandwidth. Down and up, down and up. Shake that out. All right, forward lunges like this. Step out and up, out, off the heel. Push. Lift the toe up, off the heel, step it back, out. Arms forward. As you step out into that forward lunge, reach the arms out, roll the shoulders forward, squeeze it, and bring it back again. Other side, out. Roll the shoulders, big tree hug, bring it around so you can feel that stretch through the upper back, feel the muscles working in the front of the chest, pulling those arms around, pulling those shoulders around, and step back one more time, out. Roll it and bring it back. Shoulder blades back. Roll the shoulders out a little bit. We're going to step back. Step back just for a second with me. Step back, will you? Hey, my screen came back. We came back. We came back. We came back to Bro Cream. Remember that? Step it back. Front foot does the work. You're stepping back. You're rolling that hip, pushing through the heel of that front foot, lifting that back foot up. Back and up. Step it. And bring it up as you go back. Reverse fly, bring those shoulder blades together. Palms forward, get a little more stretch. Hands out as wide as you can get them, but don't lock the elbows. And around, step, other side, back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Feel the chest open up through the shoulder, through the chest. And up, and back. And up. Couple more. Front leg does the work, remember. Through the heel, back. Arms back, and bring it in. Pendulum lunges. Step it back so you don't have to go that far back. We're just going to take the foot back, reverse lunge, pick it up. Instead of coming to center, go forward, on the heel, to the ball of the foot, opposite direction, up and back. Keep your eyes out in front, right out in front of you. Don't look down at your feet. Up. Your balance comes from keeping your view on the horizon. Foot flat on the floor and back. If you bring your head down, you're kind of throwing your equilibrium off. You want to be looking right out in front. Plus, it's good practice because when you're walking, your head should be up, not down. You want to be scanning out in front of you. Up and back. It's a gait. It's a walk. You're stepping and back. Other side, same thing. Take it back in a lunge. What's important is the slow movement. It takes my brain a second to get this. Figure out I'm on the other foot now and back. Pick it up. Slow is the key here, not how far out you can get the foot, but how long can you last on that single foot and back. So this is walking. This is a step up on the heel to the ball of the foot. And then this is walking backwards and back. This is walking forward. This is walking back. Like that. It's easy. Easy stuff. Step out to the side. Step out. Keep yourself in the middle. This foot comes out. Right now, you're right between the two legs. Coming off the ball of the foot on that trailer leg. Lift it up and bring it in. Don't drag it. No dragging. No dragging the line. Up and in. Up and in. Take it nice and slow. Feel the weight shift. The body goes over that stationary leg. That's when you pick this foot up, and you have to not push off too hard off that trailer leg, just enough that you can keep that foot flat on the floor. Just give yourself a little momentum to go that way and bring it up and over and step it. 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep them small. Just picking that foot up. Toes stay forward. Off. Heel comes up first, then off the ball of the foot, and then ball of the foot first, back down, and then heel. 2, heel. 3, and 4, back. 1, 2. There is all sorts of fun that we can have with this move. So the first thing we're going to do is when we hit the end, 3 on 4, drop down into a squat. As that leg comes down, so do you. Down. Back up. As you're coming up, that foot comes up. So you don't just go all the way up to the top and then lift the foot up. Leg comes up. As that leg is coming down, that trailer leg, you're also bending that opposite knee. You want that smooth movement up and down. Working those fine motor muscles, the ones that give you that better reaction time. And back down. Smooth movements are much safer than jerky, hard movements. You want to be in control of everything so that if you do need to protect yourself in case of a fall, you can get your balance because your muscles are strong. They're strong. They can do that. And out, up, and down. Bring it up, cross, 1. So just start out with that. Pick it up and back. Taking that leg, lifting it up high enough that you're over that other foot so that the heel should be right by the shin as it's coming over that other foot. Not out and around, but up and over. And back. And one more time up. Step it and back. Put the steps with that. So we're going to take that front leg up and over. That back leg comes around to the side. So again, it's up and over. And then back and step. Opposite direction. 3 times. Just up and over. Don't walk yet. Just tap. Get a feel for that balance. And back. Up and over. And back. 3rd time. Up. Hold. And back. Put it into that walk. It's up and over. Back foot comes around. Sits right there. Hip width apart. 3 and 4. Back the other direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And back over. 2, 3, and 4. And do a couple more things with this side to side. Balance. Picking that foot up. So you got 1, 2, 3. On that 4th one, knee comes up. Hold. And then 1, 2, 3, and up. Take your time. If you push too hard, you're going to go off to the side. Just enough. Concentrate on the stationary leg. Foot stays flat on the floor and up. And then back, 2, 3, and push. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. If you can, start trying to bring that foot up, knee over, without turning the torso, without turning the hips. You should be looking right straight forward, knee up and over, and bring it back, 2, 3. So this is up to you. You may not be able to bring this foot across. That's fine. You may need to tap that toe a little bit to balance. That's okay. You do what's right for you right now so you don't fall over. And every minute of every day is different. Up and 1, 2, 3. Over and down. All right. Weight shifts. Feet out wide. First, going to take the butt, sit it back like you're on a chair, down and back up. So here's a good way to practice this, especially like if you're using a sink or something to get a feel for keeping the legs straight. It is back. And then if you're worried about falling backwards, you got the chair right there. And up. So it's a good safety measure. One more time. Back, butt back, hip hinge, straight back. Roll the hips and come up. One leg at a time. Taking that left leg first. Bend the knee by pushing the butt back. So it is not knee forward, it is butt back. Shoulders stay square to the floor. Push up through the ball of the foot to the heel, coming right straight back up by pushing the butt in or drawing it in, using those muscles as they contract to bring it in. Out. Stretch out those hamstrings. You can feel it. And right straight up. Down. And up. Start taking those shoulders. Rotate and reach. Shoulder girdle stays in a straight line as you're doing this. Up. Bend the knee by pushing the butt back. And then rotate the shoulders, pointing down toward the floor. And back up. You may not get that deep. That's okay. Take it down. And up. I can't wrap my leg around my head either like some people can do. Down. And up. You do what's you. Back. Push the butt back. And up. And you watch how much you advance as you go along, and you just celebrate every time you realize you can do something you couldn't before. Don't forget that. That's super important. Don't just always expect more. Notice your accomplishments. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. We're good. Grab a drink of water. So that's one of the things I've noticed, especially when I did personal training. People did not recognize the advancements they were making. They just, I went into one client who I swore she was going to fall down. She couldn't walk down the hall without kind of falling to the side, stumbling to the side. And within a couple weeks to a month, she had that flat foot, being able to walk, no problems at all. When she did, like if she stumbled a little bit, she's going, and it's like, wait, do you know how much better you are than when you first started? So much different. I forgot my weights. I'm busy talking. So don't forget that. Be joyful with your accomplishments, your successes. All right. So the first one we're going to do is the deadlift. You can do the standing. Deadlift standing is knees over the ankles, that hip hinge, and bring it back up, just like that. From a seated position, arms on the side, hip hinge. So roll the shoulder blades back. Chest is out, coming down. Keep those shoulder blades back as you come down. And then roll the shoulders back and up to a seated position. So it's down and up. The other thing you can do with this, if you're hurting your back at all because you've got too much weight, you can go to a single weight, do the same thing, legs wide, down, and back up again, roll the shoulder blades back, fully seated upright. Down. Weights in the heel of the feet. Don't let it go forward. Don't let the toes be managing all the weight. Ball the foot to the heel. Down and squeeze the muscles in the glute. Roll that hip forward. As you do, it's going to bring you up. You're using those muscles in the back chain to contract to bring you up. Down and up. One more time. Down, down, down. And up. All right. You can take two weights. Shoulder blades are back. We're going to go into that hip hinge position. Elbows back and front. Push. Narrow row. Roll the shoulder blades back. Squeeze them together. Again, if you're doing from a standing, Go into a hip hinge, stagger step, bring the elbows back and out. Make sure you're keeping whichever way you're doing. You can do that stagger from right here. It's a little more stable by having that 1 foot out long. Roll the shoulder blades back. Keep the shoulders back. Keep the head right straight up and down. So the spine is straight, going right up into the skull, into the head, and back down. Bring it in, shoulder blades. Here's the important piece on this one. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. These are for those muscles between the shoulder blades, the posture muscles that hold the chest open, because those muscles in back are so much stronger. They're so much tighter than they used to be. When we roll forward all the time with the shoulders down, chin to chest, we're stretching out that back. It is so uneven. The chest is so tight and the back is so loose. So we need to strengthen both up so they even up. Out and back, shoulder blades together. Out and back. One more time. Out and back. Standing. Standing we are. Bringing the hands up, elbows out, weight right at the shoulder or right at the chest, and back down. Again, if you're standing, this is just a natural stance, whatever you want. Either stagger step. I'm trying to recruit my wife to come be my modifications person. Up, but she has to work. She makes money. And back down. Bring it up. I can do these because of her. If it weren't for her, there's no way I would be able to do this. And down. Arms come up. Elbows go right straight out. You only come up as high as is comfortable for you. Hold there. And then drop back down. When you get to that top point, roll the shoulder blades back. So you're bringing the weight up. You're rolling the shoulder blades back with those elbows right straight out. Squeezing those muscles, you're going to feel it right up at the base of the neck, at the very, very top of the back. All right, here we go. We are going to put those three together, starting out with a deadlift. So going forward, like that deadlift, bring it down. We're going to take palms in, roll the shoulder blades back, squeeze them together with that narrow row, and back out. As you come up, you're also going to bring the elbows up, arms up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and back down. So again, start with the palms in. My bad. Starting with the palms in. Going into that hip hinge, down, down, down in that deadlift. Elbows back. Once you're down in that bent over position, shoulder blades are back. You're at the edge of the chair. You roll the shoulder blades back right here. Go forward, palms back, and then bring the elbows up, pushing through the feet, and arms back down to the side. Again, hip hinge, narrow row, elbows back, and back down, palms back. Bring yourself up out of that hip hinge to upright seated, elbows out, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and down. We're going to do that one more time because we've got it down now, so we have to. Down, I'm not going to mess up. We have to do it again. Narrow row right here. Watch me mess up now. And back out, palms back, rotating that hand, arms come up, elbows out to the side, shoulder blades, squeeze them together, and drop back down. Again. So you should feel that. Shoulders, upper back, right through there as well, because you did from the shoulder blade all the way up to the neck, because you did the shoulder blades together with the elbows behind in that narrow row, but then you brought the elbows higher, which is squeezing the muscles at the top of the neck. Yes, it is. Ready? Ready? Forward raises. Palms facing back. So you have an overhand grip. Shoulder blades are back. We're going to alternate one arm at a time. Up and back down. Modification. Bend that elbow more if you need to. If the weight is too much, if you're hurting the shoulders, get that elbow bent 90 degrees if you need it. And then arc. Up and back down. If it works for you, you can extend out just a little bit. You add just a little bit of weight at a time. Instead of having to change weights, you just change how far that weight is away from the body, and you will have little tiny adjustments all the way through there. and back down. Shoulder blades stay back. All those muscles we worked in that exercise before are engaged right here so that you don't hurt the front of that shoulder. So I was doing both arms. You can do one arm at a time, down, other side up, and back down. So that gives the shoulder a break for a moment. Otherwise, you can bring them both up and both down again. One more time. Up, hold, and back down. Again, feet out. We're going to take a single weight, drop the other weight down. We're going to go into that hip hinge again. Lots. Right here, feet on the floor, lots of base contact. Ball the foot to the heel, strong. Shoulder blades have to stay back on this one. So we're going to come forward. Don't have to be very far out. Little bend in the elbow. Bring the weight up, and then see if you can come in and bring the weight down at the same time. If that stresses your lower back, if the shoulders roll forward, then just up, back down, and then come up. But if you can, giving that backside, that rear chain, just a little more challenge, up, shoulder blades come back, push through the feet, and back down again. So you're contracting the glutes, hamstrings, tightening those muscles up to bring you upright. Down, up, and bring it back, and down or up, in that hip hinge, back down again, and then roll the shoulder blades coming forward. Up to you, whichever works for you. Out, up, in, and down. All right. You ready for the next one? Y'all ready for this? Curls. Palms in, shoulder blades back. We're going to do rotation. So palms facing each other, elbows right next to the torso, shoulder blades back, chest is out. So let's start with posture first, since mine had gone south. We're going to roll the shoulder blades back, knees, toes all in alignment. You're going to bring the weights, rotate the hands, and then up. Shoulder, wrist, and elbow are always in alignment. So when you rotate, you're not going out to the sides. It is up and right straight up, and then right straight back down again. That rotation happens right here on the way up, getting those muscles, those biceps, all the way across, down, and up, rotational curl, and back down. Up, hold it, and back down. Let's do 3 more. Up, rotate that hand, keep everything in alignment. Elbows right next to the torso. Don't let them go backwards. Keep them right there. Make the biceps do all the work. And back down. Challenge them. The farther that weight is away from the body, the more the biceps have to work to lift it up. If the weight, elbows are back, the weight is right next to the body, less challenge. Up and back down. But if you do need to give the arms a break, if you just can't lift that weight anymore, that's when you bring the elbows back and start adjusting that way, getting the weight closer to the body. Closer to the body and farther away from the body are the key to making those modifications, little modifications. And that's how you grow. Little bend in the elbows. We're going to come up on the sides. Let's alternate. Seesaw. Up. That arm comes down, the other one comes up. Hold right there. Up. On the one side. And up on the other. Bring it up. Again, you're giving that arm a break, kind of holding down there for a second. But if you want, you can just both arms up, bring them down, come about 3/4 of the way, about 1/4 of the way up, and then back up, and not above, arms parallel with the floor. And back down, shoulders out. One more time. Up, shoulders back, and bring it back down. Again, make it easier. Bend the elbow, bring the weights into the body, and then arc like that. All right, we're going to take those two together. So what you can do on this one is you can do this from a stagger step. So if you're standing, go into a stagger, down, curl, and back down again. And then you do some of those, and then you switch over to the other side, and it's down and up. If you're doing it from seated, sit right here. Sit right down. Shoulders back. We're going to start out with the curl. Palms in, up, and back down. When you get to the bottom, as you rotate that hand in, stop, come up on the sides, back down. So it's a curl with a rotation, up, back down, like that, and out to the side, bring it in. Curl it up, so you're changing direction on this one, up and back down. We go out to the side, multiplanar from front to back, and then side to side, and in, rotation through that shoulder, through the arm, and back down, up. So my left shoulder's getting a little sore, so I'm not going up as high now. I don't take that arm up. I need to give it a little break, a little more bend in the knee or in the elbow. Up, protect that shoulder, kind of hurting in the front, and down, curl up, and back down. You're there. Set your weights down, grab a drink of water. You are not done with the weights. There are more weights to go. You were afraid that we were done with weights. No fear. We got more to do. So. Let's take a second. Roll the shoulders out, roll them back. A little bend in the elbows. Just relax with this one. Get the shoulder blades back, drop the shoulder blades down, and then small circles back and forward, stretching out the shoulders because we did a lot with them. So we're going to give them a break here. Back and forward and back and forward. Shake it out when you're ready. If you're not ready, come on in when you're ready. But otherwise, so here we go. Stagger step if you're standing. Tell you what, even seated, let's do a stagger step. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Hip hinge. We're going to do triceps extensions out and back in. Most important here. Straight line through the neck, up into the head. Elbows back as far as you can get them. Straight line from the back of the head all the way to the tailbone. So you want that back as straight as you possibly can get it. It's out. Don't lock the elbows out. Little bit of a bend in them. Squeeze those muscles in the back of the upper arms. We're working those triceps muscles. Those contract to lift the lower arm up. Squeeze tight. Hold it there for a couple counts. And then come down nice and slow, fighting gravity. Take your time. You are in control of every second of this exercise. Down, of all exercises. You tell the muscles what they need to be doing at any time. Up. And back down. 2 more. Feel those muscles in the back of the upper arm working. They're going, yeah, get us strong. And back down. Other foot out front. If you're standing, switch your stagger. Over those knees again, over the thighs. Arms out front. Roll the shoulder blades back. Reverse fly. And bring them in. So it is out. Shoulder blades back, squeeze them together, snap them into place, and down. Again, crucial. Put that weight in that front foot, push back up with it, keep the shoulder blades back. So the rest of the body is totally stabilized. The only thing moving are those shoulders. The shoulder blades are tightening them up, or those muscles around the shoulder blade are tightening up to pull the arms back and down. 2 more times, up. If your arms are getting tired, get rid of the weights. Don't use them. Just go without the weights. Contract the muscles and back down. 1 more. And went back to the other leg. You can do 2 legs right down in front too. That's another way to do it. All right, Here we go. Here's the move. Arms out, elbows back, triceps extension, back in and forward into a shoulder, reverse fly, and bring it in. Elbows back, narrow row, triceps extension, muscles working in the back of the upper arms. Coming forward, pushing out of that row, shoulder blades back together, squeeze them, and forward. Make sure that back is straight. Don't let yourself roll forward when the weights go forward. Make those muscles work in the back of the upper back. Out, roll the shoulder blades back, and in. Last one, back, out, and reverse fly. And bring it back in again. Set your weights down, grab a drink of water. We got through all of the strength exercises. Yeah. Yeah. Usually I make it so that we can't, or I have so many we never get through them all. We got through everything today. All right, let's stretch the shoulders out, shall we? First thing, grab onto the back of the chair. Hands on the back. Let me turn sideways again here. Grab onto the back of the chair, part way up, or hands behind you, sides of the chair, grabbing onto the seat, whatever works for you. We're going to take and just do this hip hinge forward, rolling the shoulder blades back. You're going to feel a stretch through the shoulder blades, but also up the back. And just hang on there. So don't bring the chair up off the floor like I was. Lean into it as far as you can. If I push my butt back, I can get just a little more lean. I can feel a better stretch through the lower back. Hands around, push up on the thighs, roll it, and chest out, shoulders back. So here we went out into this reverse with the shoulder blades back, stretching out the chest, and then grabbing onto the back of the chair, rolling forward. So now we're stretching out the back, out long. Get down into it. Feel that stretch. Hands on the thighs, push up, roll the shoulder blades back. Chest is out, arms down. Kick it out. Little circles. Bend the elbows. So there's going to be this point where you're going to feel this really good stretch, and there's going to be that point where it's too much. Doesn't have to be that big. Just where you start to feel those muscles stretch. And maybe little by little, you can make it a little bigger if you want, but really you're not pushing the muscles at this point. They're nice and warm. We want to stretch them out. Palms up, palms down, palms up, and backwards, up, backwards. Whichever one is right, that's the one I said. That's the one I mean. Up, around and back down, bring it up, shake that out, arms across. Stretch, reach across as much as you can, bring it back, open up the chest, other side, other hand on top as you bring it across and back. One more time, each way, left hand up on top, reach across and back. Last one. There. Feel the stretch through the back and then feel the stretch to the front. Arms down, fingers intertwined, palms up. If you can do this with the palms facing away from you, fantastic. If not, palms in, and then little by little, you'll get this rotation and try to get it so that you can get palms away. You're going to feel this fantastic stretch all the way up the arms, shoulders, biceps, triceps. There's so much involved here. Lower arm. Roll the shoulder blades back into a side bend. Ear on the inside of the upper arm. Down. I looked up to see what it was so I could identify it. Other side, same thing. Let's keep a little bend in the elbows. Sits bone flat on the chair. Don't let yourself roll out to the outside. Bend out. Down. Stretch it. Back up on top. Bring the arms down. Shake that out. Feet apart. Lower back. Glutes coming right down. Do that push up. Roll the shoulder blades back as you do this. So don't let yourself roll down. Tennis ball right there. Down. I have a tennis ball now too. And get down as deep as you can. Use the thighs, the hands, arms to push you back up again. Don't use the lower back. Put all the work into that front chain to get you back up again. Stretch it out. Arms right down underneath. Same thing, except this time you're going to bring the head down. Chin does not go toward the chest. It stops when you're looking at the floor. Right straight down. No lower than that. Chin never goes below the chest. And reach back under the chair as far as you can. Hands up on the thighs. Roll the shoulder blades back. Push yourself up to stay injury-free. Shake that out. Underneath. Grab. Bring the arms up on the sides. Roll the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in. Through the nose. Stomach out. Lungs just pop right open when you push that stomach out. Exhale hard as you come back down again. Through the mouth. All the air out of the lungs. So we can get fresh air in on the way up. Shoulder blades back. Arms come first. Then you bring yourself up. Deep breath in through the nose so it gets deep into the lungs. Stomach out so it gets even deeper. And exhale, bringing the arms down on the side, rolling the shoulder blades back. Just slowly, slowly. I want a little rotation here. Little butterflies forward and back as you come down. And just relax. We use the arms a lot. There was a lot in those strength exercises. So I want you to shake them out. We're all ready to go. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. And I will see you on Wednesday.